So I am super concerned for Dune Awakening because after playing the beta weekend and putting in the time and seeing everything that Funcom has created, I know that I'm going to lose my soul to this game and I'm going to have a ton of fun as it goes live in June. So for me, I think that as someone who loves the Dune IP and also enjoys the survival crafting, base building gameplay loop, I can ignore all the other stuff that has to do with like the deep desert and the raids and the guild versus guild stuff and the PvP and all that stuff because for me, I'm here for this right here. I'm here for the Arrakis storyline, being able to live and breathe the sands of Arrakis. Hey, double feature, kids. Double the pleasure, double the fun. This is footage from the Dune Awakening beta weekend that just happened. Was it last weekend? It wasn't that long ago. And this is all gameplay trailer stuff that we've seen. This will lead into gameplay here in a minute. Um, I love the idea of immersing myself in the environment, into a game, into a world. Ever since I was a kid, the idea of a role-playing game. And I can remember when, as an example, when I played Quest for Glory 1 and you're the hero of Spielberg. Like that concept to me was enthralling. And I played that game over and over and over because I had to play a thief character through, I had to play a wizard character through, I had to play a fighter character through, and then that led me into Quest for Glory 2, Quest for Glory 3, Quest for Glory 4, etc. 5 was not so great, but the first 4 were amazing. Same thing with the King's Quest series, the Space Quest series, like the idea of putting myself into the role of a character. And with Dune Awakening, I think what fascinates me more than anything else is this idea of a alternate timeline. Because I've read the books a few times all the way through. I've seen all the films and everything else, all the TV show. I still think the Sci-Fi Channel adaptation was probably my favorite, even though the special effects are absolutely atrocious by today's standards. Um, but I love playing around with lore. I have 25 million words in print around the world in my career as a writer, and so I love good storytelling. And what fascinates me is the idea that we are starting off as a prisoner. And we have a background, yes, but our arrival on Arrakis and getting shipwrecked, having our ship blown in the sky, and starting off in this cave and needing to learn how to survive and find out what happened to the Fremen because they're not here, not like they were in the books. There is no Paul Atreides. Um, there is no Muad'Dib. None of that exists in this version of Dune. So even though I have a knowledge, a working knowledge of the Dune universe, it doesn't really apply here. Someone was saying yesterday one of the things they're really looking forward to is the idea of like going to Giedi Prime and some of the other planets in the Dune world. And that's what excites me for the future of this game because we are obviously starting off on Arrakis because that is the starting point. Everything revolves around spice. And I don't know what Funcom has in store for the later episodes beyond the DLC that they're working with right now. We do know they have some existing storyline DLCs tied to the main game, which are coming. But after that, sky's the limit as long as the game is successful and they can continue to produce on down the road. With an IP as big as this, I remember, man, it's been several years ago now. I remember they said that they had over 1 million people had already wishlisted the game, something like 2 or maybe 3 years ago. And I know the numbers that I've seen so far with the beta events has been pretty significant. So I have no doubt that this is going to be up there with like Lord of the Rings Online and Star Wars: The Republic, Star Trek Online, those types of games. Which, even though, think about it this way: those games have all been out for a decade plus, and they still maintain hundreds of thousands of players playing those games. It's going to be very interesting to see what this game starts with, and then where does it go over the course of 10 years? Because most live service games that have a built-in IP, like Dungeons and Dragons Online, Lord of the Rings Online, Star Trek Online, Star Wars: The Republic, these big IPs tend to generate interest from hundreds of thousands and in some cases millions of players. So it's going to be very interesting to see where they can go beyond Arrakis as this game continues to flesh itself out. Now, the starting point here is exciting, and that's the tongue-in-cheek play on words. It's like I'm super concerned about Dune Awakening because it's a time commitment, and I know looking at like my Lord of the Rings Online Star Wars Republic playlist here on the channel, those are games I've played since launch, and I've got hundreds of videos in those playlists and thousands of hours invested in those games over the years with various alternate characters. And I haven't been excited for the launch of a an online game in a while. I think the last time I really cared about anything online was probably when Star Wars: The Old Republic launched, which was all the way back in 2011. So it's been 14 years since I really gave a shit about an online game launching. Single player stuff I play all the time, but like online multiplayer type environments, like a live service game, I haven't really paid attention to live service launches in a long time, just because my life is different these days, and I don't really play with guilds anymore. And I'm not going to be playing with a guild here. I'm just going to be playing as a single player. But um, quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. The potential here, starting off when you're just getting going and you're making bandages, and then from there you're making your first set of gear and you're making your first base, and then you're making your sand bike and you're going on these spice trips and these visions and you're seeking out the Fremen. That's, by the way, one of the things that's got me most intrigued about the storyline so far. And I've purposely avoided going beyond where we were allowed to see in the beta weekend, because I don't want to know more. I want to save it for launch. But I am super, super concerned. I'm super interested in where are the what happened to the Fremen. We're getting in the spice visions that we've been partaking in. What's up, Lucas? You want to come up here and say hi? You don't get to come in the office very often anymore because you chew on cables. But you want to say hi to everybody? He's getting here today because it's 42 degrees Celsius outside. Um, which is like 105 Fahrenheit. It's a hot day today, and it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. What's up? Did you get to come in the office today? Just don't chew any cables. um, the concept here. I lost my train of thought. Kitty cats do that to me, guys. I'm a cat dad. I got lots of cats. Um, the gameplay. Oh, the Fremen. Going through the spice trials. And the storyline that we've been told so far with the Fremen has got me super excited because we're learning bits and pieces of their past, which are tied to things that have happened in the books. But we're also getting a brand new timeline where things aren't the way they played out in the books. And I'm really excited for that. That's the part that has me super concerned because I know I'm going to lose hundreds of hours in this game over the course of the rest of this year and into next year probably and beyond. And I am excited for all of it. So Dune Awakening, everybody. I've got a playlist down below which has tons of more information, guides, discussion videos, and beyond. We played the beta weekend. I did the beta preview event. I've been in the closed beta for a while, thanks to Funcom for the invite. And we will, of course, be playing um, the live game when it comes out in June. And I look forward to seeing all of you in those streams and hopefully continue to watch guides and beyond. So thanks so much for your support and your continued viewing. Like, subscribe, hit that bell icon if you haven't already done so. Do you have anything else you want to say, Lucas, before we go? No? No? All right, guys. See you in the next one. Stay safe out there. Don't get eaten by the worm.